Usability are the core features of the solution usable by priority and support user groups. So usable prototypes are intuitive and easy to use. So that's hopefully what you would get after you've done your usability studies. Made up of components and features priority users are able to use as intended. So as you, as the creator of the solution, have designed them to be used and aligned with universal design for learning principles. So I want to make a little bit of a note. A prototype can be all kinds of things. It could be the technology, a specific curriculum, a program, a project, a service, and usability can start really early on. So it can start with a paper prototype. You don't need to have the thing fully, if it's a technology solution, you don't need to have it like fully fleshed out. If it's a curriculum, you don't need it fully developed yet. You can cut your prototype into a small package and then conduct usability studies on that to understand if your primary users and secondary users understand what's going on. So, one thing that you would want to do is recruit primary users. So if you have a solution that's geared towards teachers or students or parents, make sure that you recruit a group of primary users. And you don't need too many of them. I think even around like 8 to 12 users will give you a lot of information about your prototype. And the question that you might want to answer is this solution used as intended? Is there any confusion that users have when trying to use the product? Perhaps it's something like, if it's a text solution, what are users clicking on? Do they know how to click to the next level, for example? And most of the time, usability studies are done in what we call a lab-based environment. So lab-based, back in the day, we would probably bring people into a room that we called a lab. Now that can be done over Zoom, but it's basically like an ideal situation. So if you have a solution for teachers to use in a classroom, you're not going to do a usability study in the classroom. You might pull teachers out and have them do it at home or in another room. You don't want the environment to interfere with the ability for your users to interact with the product. So you really want to know, what about my product is or isn't working? What about my solution is or isn't working? Is there something that I need to change? Are there some features that don't seem to be working? So these are the kinds of questions that you answer. And again, as I mentioned, you can gather a lot of data from just a few of these usability studies.